Hey everyone, welcome back to Dragon Warrior 2. It has been far, far too long since my last update, and I am so sorry about that. But the run is done, I got everything encoded the right way, it's all working, so all I have to do now is upload it. So, let's get back to the game, shall we? When we last left off, we had just reached the town of Welgarth, not Water 7, or Watertown, or whatever I may have called it before, but Welgarth. It's the town that's underground. Yeah, that kinda rhymes. We had 2 of the 5 crests needed to stop the evil wizard Harketh from destroying the world, and we were getting ready to go get the 3rd one. But first we needed to stop here in Welgarth to pick up a few things, namely our next key, which is the most important item. First, however, I need to sell a few things to make room for it. So here we go. Yes, we deal in tools. I want to sell Lars. First, we're going to sell his chainmail. Get 350 gold, which isn't bad. And then we're going to sell his Wing of the Wyvern. 60 gold pieces. And now we're going to go to Peta. And we're going to sell her old Wizard's Wand for 1875, which is not bad at all. We're going to sell a medical herb. And we're going to sell fairy water. Now we can go buy. What are we going to buy? We're going to buy this blank spot in the middle of the menu. You can actually select it, and when you do, the shopkeeper acts all surprised. It's really weird. It's like he isn't expecting you to question the open spot in his menu. When you ask for it, he sells it for you for 2,000 gold. Of course, Tails doesn't have enough room for it. So I'm going to give it to Lars, and he also gives us a lottery ticket, which we don't really need. Now, what we just bought is the 3rd key that we need to go get our next crest. Well, actually, we don't need it for the next crest, but we will need it for the ones to come. We just bought the Jailer's Key. You may have noticed throughout the game, 1 or 2 doors with silver bars on them. Those doors are jail cell doors, I guess. And they can only be opened with the Jailer's Key, which is what we just bought. Now, you can check out the weapon shop here, and you can see things in this town are quite expensive. I mean, the highest thing here goes for 65,000 gold, which is a few hundred short of the max amount of gold you can carry in this game. There's a Shield of Strength for 21,500, an Iron Helmet, Dragon Killer Sword. It's incredible. Now, I could either spend the next few hours grinding away trying to get enough money to do it, or I can do a little trick here that I'm going to show you that you need the Jailer's Key to do. First, as you just saw me do, cast Return, or head back to the town of Biddenhall, the starting town, if you haven't saved there. Then go as if we were going to the secret part of the castle. Use the silver key to open the door and head down the stairs. Then next, you can use the gold key to open this door here. Now the 4 is dangerous 4, and it will hurt you. So make sure you take as few steps as possible. It takes about 3 steps for each character. Use the Jailer's Key on the door in front of you, and you can come into the spot where this old man is. First, you want to heal up. Either use magic or use items, whatever, but just heal yourself. If you're around my level, you'll have no problem for what we're about to do. If you're a little lower than it, you may have some trouble, but it's really not that hard. You talk to the old man, and he asks if we can let him go so he can go tell Hargan many tidings. Obviously, we're not going to let him out. Doing so, we start a fight with an evil clown. I don't know about you, but if I ever saw a clown like this, I think I'd run. Cast Fireball, cast Infernos. Now, for being an evil clown with 2 spike maces, or morning stars, or whatever you want to call him, he's pretty easy as he goes down within a few hits. Doesn't give many experience points or coins, but he drops a Staff of Thunder. Now here's where the magic takes place. Hopefully you'll have saved your game here. You'll have talked to the King of Biddenhall to save, so you can just cast Return to pop right up in front of the castle and not have to walk over the 4 again. Once you do that, go and sell the Staff of Thunder. Why? Because it sells for a whopping 19,500 pieces of gold. Yeah, That's a lot of gold. That's a little more than 1/6 of the max gold. Actually, it's more like 1/3 of it. Almost. Next thing you do is you come up and talk to the king. You tell the king you want to save your game. And he saves your game for you, and when he asks you if you want to resume, you say no. And then you'll have to reset the game to start up again. Once you reset the game and come back, you can go back down and fight that clown again. The clown will just keep coming back. He'll drop the same staff over and over again, and you can just keep selling it until you get max gold. Of course, you want to keep one because it's also a nice weapon for PETA. I'm sure the king is tired of seeing you loiter around the castle. Now, I kept a weapon for PETA. I kept the Staff of Thunder for her. I believe it's her best weapon in the game. And I also got up to 62,204 gold, I believe. Yeah, 62,204. Max is, I think, 65,500. It's around there. So, once you're done with your money grinding, you can go ahead and leave the castle and head all the way back to Welgarth, which, if you don't remember, is way, 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 way south. So we're heading south now to enjoy the nice boat music again. You can just follow the coastline if you want, but basically just head south. And we get in a fight. You can either fight it or run from it, it doesn't really matter. It'd probably be better to fight it, as you're going to need all the experience you can get, and the more you fight, the less you have to grind. Oh boy, this is a big one. Okay, the first thing, I would recommend getting rid of the sea slugs first, because for whatever reason they have sweet breath and can put you to sleep, and that is very, very, very annoying. PETA went ahead and I had her cast Infernos to take out all the heal slimes, which is pretty cool. The Magidrake is pretty much a cakewalk now. The only things that were any danger were the sea slugs, because they could put you to sleep. But once they're gone, get a decent amount of experience, and we can head on. Man of Wars, stupid things. More Man of War. I'm gonna be saving MP here, as I'm not sure how long it's gonna take to get back there, but hopefully it'll be pretty quick. And we got 3 Magidrakes. No problem at all. They have a little more health than the normal Drakey, but they're still just as weak. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Once again, we'll pass by the World Tree, or Yggdrasil Tree. And now we're back on the part of the continent where Welgarth is. We take out the Sorcerer, who is giving us the Talk to the Hand pose. Smack. And we got Gas and a Goopy. Goopies, if you remember, can call for help, and if you're not careful, you'll be quickly overwhelmed. So it's best to get rid of them fast. And Tails just did a crit on a bunch of Gas. Don't know, I have no idea how we can hit Gas, but hey, I'll take it. With them gone, we can continue on. Alright, here we are back at Welgarth. Once again, we're going to use the gold key, as they locked the door behind them, I guess. Now we're back underground. First thing we gotta do is not buy what we want, but we gotta sell again. Once the shopkeeper comes down. Thank you. Tails is going to sell his old full plate armor. Now, need PETA to sell one last... Well, I'm gonna sell her old magic knife, I'm sorry. Alright, here we go. First thing we're gonna buy, a dragon killer for Tails. It's actually better than the Sword of Erdrick.